Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So listen, here's the deal. I put out a video a while back saying they're coming after your stoves. Gas stoves, wood stoves, they're coming after your stoves. And there were people in the comments. I mean, the first video I put out about this, it got over 1 million views. And people in the comments laughed at me.
You all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you?
They said, they're not coming after your stoves. They're not going to take your stoves. They'll get my stoves when they pry them from my cold, dead hands. Guys, they're coming after your stoves. And they're going to do this in a way where it's no new stoves and new construction. And those who would be grandfathered in, will be grandfathered in for a short amount of time. And then they will be forced to remove their stoves or they will lose their housing insurance, your homeowner's insurance. There are people now who are reporting in the comments below for the videos that I do about this topic. They're saying they can't get insurance now anyway. The insurance companies have already cracked down. So they're going to stop servicing you. If you need this, you have to get rid of that first. Sound familiar with other things that are going on right now? That's how they work. They realize, hey, if I want to get you to get rid of this thing, this bad habit that I think is a bad habit that's destroying the environment and killing all these people, I'm going to take away this over here. I can't get to that, but I can get to this, and I'll get to this to make you get rid of that. Does that make sense? That's what they're doing. All right, so here's what the deal. What can you do? Understand that you must have systems in place to take care of things that homeowners insurance provides. What is the point of homeowners insurance? If you have a fire, if there's some sort of act of God, you want to be able to have someone come in and write you a check. Well, gosh, guys, those days are over. That was in the days of free and easy money when the printing press was going brrr, and that's not happening anymore. Those days, that ship has sailed. So what are you going to do? You need to start thinking about things that you can take care of on your own. We have fire suppression systems in the house. We have those little balls that you can buy on Amazon that explode if they come into contact with fire. I put those throughout the house in places where they might come in handy should a fire arise. I have a 900-gallon per minute tank. I have 2 of them and fire hoses because where I live, the fire department's not going to get here anyway. The fire department in my town is always like, well, we need more people. We need more money. We need better equipment. We need more tax dollars. You're not going to listen. I have yet to see the fire department, the main fire department in my county, in my main town here, get to a fire and actually put it out and save a building. I've never seen them do it. Much less the surrounding county. They can't do it because they're all volunteers. There's no money here. Listen, there are benefits to living in a place where there's low population density. Low population density means low tax revenues, which means you're kind of on your own. There are no services, which means you must be self-reliant and self-reliant minded. You have to take the proper steps to have countermeasures in place for disaster when disaster strikes. It means doing things for yourself and not relying on other people to hold your hand all your life. Those days were nice when they were around, but those days are coming to an end. I've been really frustrated the last couple of days because YouTube has really ramped down my viewership. I just got another email from someone today telling me that, Zach, I put my videos in my watch list and YouTube removes them. Common sense is a hard commodity to come by today. I'm sorry, I just got up a little while ago. I'm doing these things in the morning because I've had my 1 cup a day, my 1 cup of coffee today. I just got a brand new sampler pack from, is it Shepherd's Crook? I think it's Shepherd's Crook. I'll give them a free shout out. And they sent me a sampler pack. I'm trying to give my money to more home-based businesses and family businesses. And I just had my cup of coffee. It's early in the morning, so pardon me for my throat. But I'm seeing all the news today, and I'm watching this stuff going on, and I'm like, yeah, I was right yet again about the stoves. Here's the deal, guys. Think for yourself. If you want a stove, you better get it now because they're going to start cutting these things off. If you want a good stove, don't buy these things, these cheap ones at the big box, Home Depot stores. You want to get something that's going to be efficient. You want to spend at least over $1,000 on a good wood stove. Okay, if you want a wood stove, spend some money. It's true. The more you pay, you get what you pay for, right? And so get a good stove. You want a stove that's going to be efficient enough that you can go to bed at night around a reasonable hour of like 10 o'clock, put a good chunk of wood on that stove, close the damper, meaning cutting off the oxygen supply, and then wake up in the morning and have still be coals in there so that you can put new wood on it and start a fire without having to start a fire cold again. That's an efficient stove. If you don't get an efficient stove, it won't do that. But you got to spend some money. If you're going to get it, you better get it now. Otherwise, you're going to have to think about listen, I know there's people out there who are like, Zach, I'm just not in a place where I can do this. I'm just not in a place where that's going to be feasible for me. I don't have the finances to do that. Okay, fine. Then we need to start looking at other alternatives. Looking at other ways to be able to be more self-sufficient when it comes to heating your home, especially if you're up north. If you're living in a place that you cannot, put in a wood stove, maybe thinking about moving. I know, Zach, I have family I have to take care of. I have responsibilities here. Nothing is keeping you. You're not chained to a wall. You're not physically chained to a wall. Nothing is stopping you from turning your feet and walking out that door, getting in your car and driving away. Nothing. Now, you have to weigh that. Well, I have people I have to take care of. I have responsibilities. Okay. But there's nothing chaining you. At this time, checkpoints will be coming. This is where we're headed to. Guys, here's a reality too. And I think I may mention this in other videos coming up because I think it's something we're forgetting. There's a collapse that's in the middle. You can't have this much tyrannical influence over a population without it collapsing. We're seeing the economy. It's going to collapse. And that's actually kind of maybe be a good thing. Because when a collapse happens, the government, as tyrannical as it's becoming and determining whether or not you can have a wood stove or a gas stove and all these other things that we're seeing in life, that reduces their ability to implement tyranny. They can only control what they can control. And in the population centers is where they're going to get the most, like what the guy says over at Bear Independent, the most juice for the squeeze. They can't concentrate in low population density areas. They can't. So you have to make some choices. But yeah, they're going to come after your stoves. I've been saying this for a while, and there's not a lot you can do about it other than getting into a place where there's low population density, where there's less control, there's less regulation, there's less zoning, there's less Karens, and you can do what you want to do. But then at that point, it becomes on you to think self-sufficiently, to become these protocols, these countermeasures that you normally had your hand held for in the city, and then you do those things yourself. Okay, anyway, all that to say, we are where we are today, and we're just going to have to watch the show and see what's happening. But yeah, they want to come after your stoves. I told you so. All right, check out our merchandise, teespring.com. My pets make me breakfast. Actually, not these days. My chickens are kind of slowing down right now. So, but my pets make me breakfast. One of the amazing shirts that you can find over at teespring.com. Links in the description below. You can find all that below. Also, our Stupid Shit Hurt shirt, our best-selling shirt of all time. If we had more hurt in this world, there'd be a lot less people trying to ban your wood stove. Yep. Yep. If we had more hurt. Stupid Shit Hurt. All right, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Hey, guys, see you next time in the homestead. Bye! This is Grandma. Grandma survived the Great Depression. She survived the Great Depression because her supply chain was local and she knew how to do stuff. Grandma was smart. Grandma told us to make do with what you got. She also said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Homesteading is all about self-reliance and declaring ourselves to be independent from the system. We grow our own food, we raise our own animals, and doing these things helps safeguard our families from the unpredictable world that surrounds us. But what about banking? I love being my own power company, but what about being my own bank? Right now, our country is over $30 trillion in debt and rising. The Fed keeps printing money, and the Congress won't stop spending money. Staying attached to the modern banking system and their investment vehicles is like putting all of your eggs in one very, very fragile basket. On one side, you have the threat of inflation and your savings value floating away. And the other side is a possible deflationary stock market collapse, just like what happened in the 1930s. Genesis Gold Group is like a basket holding eggs, and these eggs are impossible to break. History shows us that all paper investments have and will return to their intrinsic value eventually. Zero. But gold, silver, and other precious metals have never, ever been worthless. In every collapse throughout history, people have turned back to precious metals to find monetary value. If you have a 401k, an IRA, or a savings account where you're literally watching the purchasing power inflate away, give Genesis Gold Group a call right now, today, this instant. They can develop a strategy for you and the days ahead. I can tell you how I raise sheep, I can tell you how I raise chickens, or the best way to grow tomatoes, or how to hook up a solar panel. But Genesis Gold Group is your best shot at safeguarding your hard-earned savings and investments during this increasingly turbulent time in history. The link and phone number is in the description below, or visit their website at genesisgoldgroup.com. And be sure to say you heard about them from An American Homestead. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of An American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait.